Now we have come to what Gary would call the open mic part of our time together this morning. As the Spirit moves you, I invite you to come forward, say a few words, share a story about Gary, and Stacy will begin.
Hello everyone, I hope you can hear me okay. I'm gonna cry. This is not I don't normally stand up here and talk like this. Thank you for everybody that showed up. I'm just gonna need a moment. Cause the peak can do it. You would have thought that the three of us wrote our speeches together. Nobody knew what was gonna happen today. We didn't know about the Muppets. It was a surprise. You know, it's absolutely just crazy. So, thank you for all the love and support. I am overwhelmed, and I am gonna break down crying a few times. I can't look at my sister.
Stare at the paper, stare at the paper.
So this September, Gary and I would have celebrated our 25th year since our first date. And funny enough, it was on September 3rd, and I was so nervous a straw went up my nose. And it was love at first sight. And funny enough, it was Gary and Sherry's day that they got married. Gary didn't realize. And when he told me, I was like, oh, okay. All good. So I told Sherry that last night, and I just laughed about it because that was Gary. September would have also been our 11th wedding anniversary. And out of those 25 years, we spent 17 years together. And it was wonderful years. And just so you guys know, I practiced the speech in front of the cats. This is a little bit different. They didn't appreciate it at all. So, the first thing about Gary is, I think you all heard, he actually led with kindness. The one thing about him is if he hurt your feelings or he knew that he said something that made you sad, he was the first to step up and to make it better. He was probably the first person to apologize in our relationship. I would die on it. He was just so loving and the most wonderful person to be around. He put everybody ahead of himself. And that was very hard for me because I had rules. And the rule was Gary had to put Amy and Jennifer first, then himself, then me. And then my rule was I had to put Amy and Jennifer first, you know, and the same thing. So we had very strict rules, but Gary put himself last. He was always last on the list. Every day was last, and I would get so angry with him. I'm like, you need to be first today, you need to be first today. And he'd be like, oh, tomorrow I'll be first. The one thing I want everybody to take away is remember to lead with kindness. That's what he did. He was a kind person. So that's the one thing I want you to take away from this. The other thing, can't believe this, Gary loved to take photos. It's horrible. You know, it wasn't so bad. He gave us a gift, because these are all Gary's photos. I took some off of Facebook from people posting. But everything was in our electronic album. And it was just so easy to gather them because he took everything. And I would say, but that photo was so horrible of me, but now it just doesn't matter anymore. Because it's okay if it wasn't a great photo. Oh my God, him trying to take a selfie of my family at events, it was horrible. Amy knows, he would line us up in that damn selfie stick. He would line us up and he'd be like, click, one more. And everybody would be like,
Oh, God.
Oh, my poor family. If you see the photos, you'll see the ones that were the family meals, which couldn't help because everybody's like, so the second thing is remember to take those photos because you're gonna regret it. So, he loved Facebook. My goodness. There's even a Facebook ornament. He's been in Facebook jail so many times, I'm surprised I didn't ban him from the app. When I would get home from work, he would say, "Did you see my post? Did you see my post?" I'm like, no. I'm working. And then, in the door, he would start pulling out his phone, and I'd be like, are you serious? And he would say, "I have to show you this video." And I would be like, "How long?" And he's like, "Stacy, it's a short video." And sometimes you could see he would get like very upset, and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna watch this video. And he really, we're not gonna talk about any past presidents and all that stuff and, his political views, but you could tell on his page that he had very passionate feelings. My Facebook page is cats and family. His Facebook page was just starting fights. It was just hilarious.
No, yeah, that's all.
And what's funny enough, when I tried to get him on Facebook for like 6 months, and he's like, "I can't go on that. I can't go on that." And then he loved it. So, and then one night, in the middle of the night, he climbed into bed and he was cracking up hysterically, like he could not stop laughing. And I'm like, what? And he's like, "I just found out what Muppet I was on Facebook." And I said, "Okay." And I rolled back over. He's like, "Don't you want to know?" It was wrong. And he would retake it, the text over and over. He's like, "It's still the Muppet." So it's just very funny. He actually came to bed many nights cracking up about something that he found, something he had to share, and it was wonderful. Now, anybody that knows Gary knows he loved his t-shirts. We all know that. His t-shirts, oh my goodness, I did laundry every week. I'm like, why am I washing 12 t-shirts? I had to wear them all. I had to wear all my favorites. He had sports t-shirts, cartoon t-shirts, trust me, I'm the DJ t-shirt. Thank you, Melissa. She started a trend where I had to buy him 10 trust me, I'm the DJ t-shirts. And then he started getting coolest Uncle Gary t-shirts. Like, that was just it. He's like, oh my God, which one am I gonna wear? Cool Uncle Gary or DJ? I don't know. When I washed him, he wore both of them the same day. And of course, those tie-dye t-shirts, which I had to ban from him ever leaving the house. They were so full of holes. And I'm like, that's a house shirt. And he has this green shirt that's sitting in the closet, and it has a hole from here to here. And he would try to walk out of the house with it. I'm like, no. So he really loves his t-shirts, and he never threw one of them away. So he loved his family with all his heart and soul. He loved his fur babies. He always claimed that I was a crazy cat lady, but it was really him. He cherished all of his friends. Gary was the love of my life. And surprisingly enough, he was my first love. I share the loss with everyone here, everybody online, everybody that loved him. And in time, together, with all the memories, we will slowly heal. Thank you all for being here and supporting myself, the family. I really appreciate all of you. I feel everybody's strength. And thank you so much. He was a very special person.